what do you and Michael have on tap today? What are you going to talk about coming up?
Honestly, and one of the great things about our show, Rich, is that we just we don't pretend that there's not a world going on outside of sports. And so Michael wasn't on yesterday. I think he was running away. He was afraid of what was going to happen to our society. So he ran away. He wasn't on yesterday. Today he's going to come on. I just talked to him about 15 minutes ago. He said his nerves are still bad. He's going to talk about election stuff and just how it hits him and how it hit his family and how it's hitting his family. We're going to talk with Eddie Glode, who's really a smart guy. He's been on MSNBC. He's got a book out about James Baldwin. And then we're also going to talk with our brother from another brother, Chris Sims. Don't worry about how we're brothers. We may have, different daddies, different mamas, whatever, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about the DNA. We're family. So we're going to have him on, too.
That reminds me of that moment at the Combine a couple of years ago when Deion's on the field watching the defensive backs, and I forget which defensive back that was on the field, but he was a brother of a receiver in the NFL, and I just asked out loud, has a brother ever covered a brother in the NFL? And Deion says, you mean a black man? And I'm like, oh, come on now, Deion. That is not what we're going for here in this Combine coverage, but that's Prime. That's one of my favorite people on the planet.
You can't set him up like that. You know what you're going to get.
I didn't actually. You know what? Normally, I could see that one coming. I was being honest. Like, has there ever been a set of brothers who are on the other side of the line of scrimmage covering each other? And that was Deion's response. So that's what's coming up on your show. Michael Smith has resurfaced. He's good. He's ready to roll.
He's back.
Okay.
He is back. He's ready to go. So I'm curious. To what he's going to say. You know what? I've known Michael Smith for over 20 years, but I think what we're finding out during this show, I was counting for a while. I think we're on a show together, number 38, 39, somewhere in there.
Yep.
What I'm finding out is that I'm the freaking optimist. How is that possible? I'm the optimist among us. Like I'm the one who has to talk him down and tell him it's going to be all right. I just never thought that would be our relationship. I went into this thinking that he was a nicer person than I am. He's not. I went in thinking that he was a little bit more optimistic than I am. He's not. So we're learning about each other, even though we've known each other for a couple of decades.
Well, you know what? That's what happens when you do a show with somebody else. You get to know them. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.